guys, this is Casey from Evergreen Ethos, coming to you from Hasty Hooch Studios, aka my home office, home of the highest production quality on YouTube. So I just got back from Sean's house, had a little surprise waiting for me on my porch. Really glad it didn't get stolen while I was gone. Sometimes that happens in my neighborhood, but I'm really excited to show you guys what's inside. So let's open the bag. All right, inside of the bag, we got another bag. A couple different bags, in fact. Let's start with the big bag. So here we got, this is the Cannae Phalanx full-size duty pack. I believe this is a 37 liter. I know it comes in a few different colors. You got your black, coyote tan. This is, I think they call this sage or olive drab. It's green. Green looks really good, actually. I'm really happy with it. Can't go wrong. In addition to the bag, I also got a couple of the accessory pouches. Got a 6x6 here, got a 9x6, and then last but not least, this is just a little, spare mag carrier. Probably put a mini chem light or a Surefire, whatever you want in there. All MOLLE attached here. So, this is an unsolicited, unsponsored review. They did not send me this stuff for free. However, I did not pay full price, and you don't have to either. So if you go to their website and you sign up for the SMS text message alerts, they'll send you a code that's good for 15% off of your entire order. So I went ahead and did that. I had the code in a couple of seconds, popped that sucker in, and saved a few bucks. And I think maybe 10 minutes after that first code, they sent me another code that's good for, I think, $25 off any order that's over $100. So, there's lots of other cool stuff on their website. They got gun belts, they got apparel, they got a bunch of other bags besides this one. I think they're even selling plate carriers and body armor now, so easy to spend another $100. So if you're planning on doing that, save a couple dollars. All right, so all of this, everything you're seeing here, I paid $162.32 with shipping included. Again, that's with the 15% discount. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've spent more for less. I feel like, at first glance, everything looks pretty solid, pretty well built. Obviously, I haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet. Oh yeah, it's still got that new bag smell even. I love it. So I was looking for a new day pack. I got a couple of awesome adventures I'm planning this year, the biggest of which being my honeymoon down in Costa Rica. So I wanted something just a little bit bigger than the school-sized backpack that I would normally take for a short day trip. Something big enough that could hold all my essentials, camera equipment, some snacks, run a hydration bladder possibly. Be able to carry my tripod here on the straps on the bottom, as well as have a place to put the jacket that my future wife is going to say she doesn't need, but is going to be really glad that I brought it along, and that's why I love her. This looks like it might be just the thing I've been looking for. I'm planning on getting it out on the trail sometime this weekend. Maybe try a few different configurations of moving the pouches around to see if I can get them how I like them. And yeah, it looks like it might work out really well. So when I was looking at their website at reviews of the bag, which were mostly very positive, I was glad to see that. There were some people saying that the shipping took a very long time. So I'm here to tell you that wasn't my experience. I put in my order for this on April 10th, which was a Saturday. And, I hope the folks there aren't working on weekends. I hope they're taking their gear and getting outside on Saturday and Sunday. But first thing Monday morning, I got a notification that everything had shipped. And today is now Friday, and it was waiting for me when I got home. So, that's not Prime 2-day delivery, but a lot of stuff I'm ordering on Prime these days is taking a couple extra days. Just with the way logistics is with the pandemic, I think, click the order button to my porch in less than a week. I'm happy with that. And most importantly, I have it for this weekend so that I can take it out on the trail and break it in and see how it works out for me. So, all right, guys, I finally took it out of the plastic. And when I say finally, what I really mean is immediately. I was really excited to check this out. So one of the first things I did was I went and I grabbed my Kevlar helmet. One of the big selling points of this bag is that it does have the helmet carrier. So this is my Kevlar helmet I was issued in the Marine Corps. All my Marines out there, please do not tell SIF that I still have my helmet. or else I am sure they're going to knock at my door and ask for it back. So just wanted to see how it fit into the helmet carrier on the bag. All right, seems to go right in there. Strap it up. Seems like it fits just fine as long as I put the MVG mount forward. Don't have any problems fitting it in there. And so this helmet, it's quite a bit bigger than what a lot of people are running these days. You know, a lot of the high cut, high speed, low drag helmets are going to be a lot lower profile, and those are probably going to fit in here even better. But I still have a lot of slack that I can let out on the straps here. Obviously, there's nothing else loaded into the bag right now except for the helmet, but looks like there'll still be plenty of room. Now, this isn't exactly why I bought this bag. So me personally, I run the Agilite K19 plate carrier, and I have the Agilite modular assault pack that mounts directly to the back of my plate carrier, which has a helmet carrier in it. So that's a lot of carriers. But essentially what I'm saying is I don't run a backpack with straps when I wear body armor. I use that system so that it's kind of all one and done, and I don't have to mess with backpack straps. But if that's the way you like to run your armor, it looks like this bag would work well for that. Always nice to have a place to throw your helmet when you're not wearing it. And if you're like me, you don't like wearing it. All right, so other impressions here. Really impressed with the construction so far. It's all Cordura. Almost every surface they could throw MOLLE webbing on, it looks like they did. So down here inside the helmet carrier, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows of MOLLE webbing here. Up top, we've got padded pouch for your, oh, that's not the one, this one. For your eye protection or your electronics. Probably fit a cell phone in there, sunglasses obviously. Feels pretty well padded. You know, I wouldn't drop it off a 50-story building, but it's just my opinion. If you're drop testing your expensive electronics from several stories up and they break, that's your fault. So, moving on, the straps on the bottom feel really good. I'll have no problems with putting my tripod in there and strapping it down. One thing I really like about this so far at first glance is the quality of the hip belt. I feel like for a lot of day packs, people really skimp out on the hip belt. So I use the hip belt a lot, and this one feels very sturdy. This side on the right side, it's even got a little pouch, zipper pouch that's built into the hip belt. I really appreciate the fact that when you open it up, the zipper goes front to back. It's just my personal preference. I find it a lot easier to operate on the hip if I'm unzipping towards me instead of away from me. Don't see any zipper pouch on the left side, but we've got even more MOLLE webbing here. So looks like maybe this right side is a good place to mount this small utility pouch. The webbing is too wide, so I could slap that right there. And then here on the left side, it's the webbing is 3 wide, so that's a good spot to maybe put the 6x6 pouch right here. And then we've got another zipper pouch here on the side of the bag, and then more MOLLE webbing up top. And then here on this side, more MOLLE webbing, of course. So here is my one big complaint about the bag so far is this is supposed to be a water bottle pouch right here, and this just feels a little small for me. So I like to carry Nalgene bottles with me, and this does not feel like it's big enough to fit a whole Nalgene in there. A 12-ounce water bottle, sure. Maybe one of the long, skinny type of water bottles, that should work fine. But a Nalgene, I'm going to have to test it and see, but does not feel like it. Does have a bit of a stretch over here, so maybe it's got more give than I'm estimating, and maybe it's going to work just fine, but if it does, it's going to be pretty tight. The good news is, on the back of the bag, here we've got our hydration bladder compartment, and this thing is huge. So I usually run a 3-liter KUIU water bladder, and I have a lot of trouble fitting that size bladder in most bags that say that they're hydration bladder compatible. I think what they really mean is 2-liter or smaller bladders. But this thing is so big, I could probably fit 2-3 liter bladders in here, no problem. If for some reason I felt the need to carry 6 liters of water around, this might get the job done. All right, so if we go into the main compartment of the bag, of course it's nice, it zips all the way out. So here on the back of the bag, we've got a little pouch here. This is just the opposite side of the water bladder compartment. So probably good for laptop sleeves, something like that. Got a couple of compression straps here. Keep your load synced up nice and tight. You know, jackets, pants, whatever. Keep them organized in there. And then on the front side of the pouch, we got a couple more zipper pockets. You know, this one's mesh, this one's solid. Okay, cool. A couple places to hang your keys if you want. There's a couple open pouches up here at the very top. And, you know, what I like about the inside of the bag here is there's a couple ways to organize your stuff, but they don't overdo it. I've seen just so many day packs that have all kinds of stuff going on the inside that, you know, it just feels really busy. It adds weight, and I end up not using most of them anyways. So I prefer just kind of this wide open configuration in the main compartment of the bag. If I need to strap something down, I can. But if I need to find it, you know, this zips all the way out. I should be able to find whatever I'm looking for, no problem. So, other than the small water bottle compartment here, I'm really pleased with everything I'm seeing so far. Again, really excited to get it out on the trail. You know, this 9x6 pouch that I bought, I don't even know if I need this thing. There's so much storage in this already. Maybe I just wasted some money buying this. So, I mean, you could maybe slap it here on the front or maybe here on the side, who knows. I'm sure I'll find a reason to use it. No matter how much space I have, I almost always find a way to max it out. But again, first impressions, very positive. Fits the helmet, no problem. Very well built. Color's great, and I'm excited to take it out, and I'll have more feedback for you soon. Welcome back to the Hasty Hooch. As promised, I put some weight in this thing, threw it on my back, and had a chance to break it in a little bit. And definitely have a couple more things to talk about after having done that. So right off the bat, you know, my big concern was the size of the water bottle holder on the side of the backpack. And, you know, it turns out I was mostly wrong. So first of all, what I was carrying was this, what is this, 33, 34 ounce disposable water bottle. This is about the size of a bottle of Smart Water, just for comparison, and that fit in there very well. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to use this 9x6 pouch for, and it turns out that an Nalgene fits in here almost perfectly. So that worked out well. But I did test to see if it would fit into this pouch on the side, and it turns out it does. It's not easy to get in there, but it does fit. And you know, I'm not sure if it's actually getting all the way down into the bottom of the compartment, but it is a nice secure fit that's not going anywhere. If you're running one of the taller Nalgenes, I don't think that would be an issue either. So I think that works out well. And you know, one of the main reasons I like carrying Nalgenes is just because they're compatible with my portable water filtration system. The end of that just drops right in the mouth of the bottle, and I'm able to pump direct from the water source. So that's why I like to stick with Nalgenes. But in this case, you know, if I'm going on a short day trip, I'm probably not going to bring my full-size water filter with me. I'm probably just going to carry the water I plan on drinking, and that should do me just fine. But I do like to be prepared for contingencies. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep running one of these disposable water bottles here and just carry along one of these guys. So I just picked this up. This is a Sawyer mini filtration system, and the filter here just screws right on top of the mouth of the bottle, and so you can just fill your disposable bottle up direct from the water source, screw the filter on there, and it'll filter it as you drink, just in line with the water. So this is much smaller and lighter than my full-size water filter, so this will find a permanent home in the backpack here. So I did end up putting the small utility pouch here on the right side, and inside of there, I'm just carrying an extra magazine for my pistol. However, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to be carrying that on my right side because I'm a right-handed shooter and I would prefer my reload to be on my left side. So I did put the 6x6 pouch over here on the left side, and there is a couple of rows of MOLLE webbing on the front of this pouch. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to transition the small utility pouch over here just so my reload is on my left side. But I was really pleased with the hip belt overall. Felt very, very comfortable. You know, was able to get it nice and snug. It's got these, you know, strap management things built into it already, so I didn't have a ton of things hanging off, flying in the wind. One minor complaint here is it seems like if you want to route your water bladder hose using the internal pockets here, you can only do that up and around the left side of the backpack. And so over here on my left strap, you can see I've got my Peak Designs camera holster. So that's where I typically mount my big DSLR camera. And I would prefer not to route my water source over my nice expensive camera. So that's not a huge deal. All I did was, you know, just came straight up out of the top of the water bladder compartment and then just routed it over the right strap here. This is my GoPro mount. If my GoPro gets wet, that's not a problem. It's designed for that. So I just prefer this configuration. It's not as convenient as if they had the internal routing over here, but no big deal. And then on the inside, you know, I'm just carrying, I've got some rain gear, change of socks, my spotting scope. I did have my tripod mounted on the bottom here, and it worked really well. I'm very happy with it. My one other small complaint, and this is very minor, is I do feel like the straps could have a little bit more padding in them. Just for comparison, this is one of the straps from my Agilite modular assault pack. And the padding just feels a little bit more substantial. So I don't know how easy that is to see, but the Agilite straps just have a little bit thicker padding on them. And, you know, for some more comparison, this is just an old North Face backpack that I use for, I don't know, fishing trips or something some of the time. It's probably covered in fish guts. But the straps on here are definitely more substantial in terms of thickness than the Cannae. But, you know, with padding comes weight. And, you know, I never felt like the straps were cutting into my shoulders. It wasn't causing me any pain or discomfort. So I think they're going to be just fine. I don't plan on carrying much more weight in the backpack than I was on this last hike. And again, most of that was primarily water weight that I was carrying. So overall, I'm very pleased. I think I found my new day pack and can't wait to get it out on some more adventures.